Today I'm going to use some leftovers and make a fresh, simple egg white omelet. I have leftover egg whites from making creme brulee, and you say, what to do with these? Well, you could make souffle style pancakes, you could make waffles, you could make macaroons, and here I'm going to use them in the simplest way I could think of, which is an egg white omelet. It's more healthy because it doesn't have the cholesterol from the yolk. I'm going to demonstrate how you too could do this simple task. I have a few fresh veggies left over from sandwiches. I have a couple of slices of tomato, as well as these things that you see here, and we will dice these up to go into our omelet. Now we have our egg whites. I'm going to season them simply with a little salt and a little pepper. Use the egg whites to incorporate a little bit of air for a more fluffy egg white omelet. I have a small stainless steel skillet. I'm going to begin preheating it on medium-low. While your pan is heating, go ahead and get everything ready to go. I have my diced veggies. I have a rubber spatula. It's flexible. It's great for working with eggs. I have a little butter, which I'm going to use a little for flavor. And then I also have some non-stick spray, some ham, and I'll use a little bit of that to get that open and ready to go. And when my pan is ready, we'll be ready. I'll have my whisked egg whites that have been seasoned. I have some chopped parsley. I'm going to use this to garnish it later. I'm also going to bump up the flavor and add in some feta cheese crumbles. It's a cheese that goes very far. You don't need much, so I usually keep my tub in the freezer and just pull out a little bit when I need some. So I'll be using some feta cheese in this as well. And also, I happen to have a little bit of the red pepper cream sauce left over from my meatball video. If you haven't watched it yet, click the link and go check it out. You can certainly make it more healthy by excluding the cream and just do a red pepper puree to complement your egg white omelet. Now, I have all my components out and ready. My skillet has heated. Let's start with sauteing our veggies first. I had enough for 2 omelets. I have some minced garlic. Oftentimes I'll do things like this ahead. I pulse this in my Ninja Bullet with olive oil and a pinch of salt, and I can use this throughout the week. So since I like garlic, it's complementary to the Mediterranean flavors. I'm going to add a pinch of that. I'm going to add a little bit of pepper, and I'm going to add a pinch of salt. And we're just looking to get these nice and tender. Turn the heat back on now that my pan has cooled down. That's the beauty in cooking. If you make a mistake, it's okay. Pause once you notice the problem, stop what you're doing, and fix it. And that's what we did. I poured out the brown oil. I wiped the pan clean of the brown remnants, and I started fresh because the temperature cooled down a bit. Okay, veggies are tender. That's all we're going for. I'm going to remove them and set them to the side. Now let's begin again with our omelet. A little pat of butter. You could have eliminated the butter on the veggies. Just rub them around. You just want to make sure you coat all the edges of the pan. One key thing to remember when doing omelets is that once you put it in the pan, you need to leave it, let it sear off. And if your pan is hot enough, it will do that automatically. So the key is that your pan is hot enough, but not so hot that it begins to burn the eggs. to get the egg white underneath itself. If your pan is too hot, it will show you signs. You could turn it down. We're going to lift and make the undercooked egg go underneath so that can cook. Okay. Turn the pan down. Usually the second one is better. Removing where that's sticking. Let's flip. Cook the other side just for a moment. Once you first flip it, let it stay for a few seconds so that it can seal off, and then just move it around. Add our filling. I like to leave a little for the top. Turn my pan off at this point. Add some of my feta cheese crumbles. You don't need a lot of that, remember? Fully cooked, we are just assembling the omelet and then fold it over. And that's that. We're going to plate it. Let's garnish it with a little bit of our remaining filling. Some more feta cheese crumbles. Just a little on top so it's not a surprise what's inside. Some fresh herbs. That's it. Delicious egg white omelet complete. Let's make a classic omelet. Preheat your skillet on low. Get your eggs ready and have all your other toppings sauteed and ready to go. Wash your hands. As I've said before, I like to add a little bit of cold water to my eggs for omelets or scrambled eggs. It will help the eggs poof up more. Little pan. You could certainly do this with olive oil, but the pan will just give us a little more assurance that it won't stick, and also the butter will add more flavor. You want to make sure it goes up the sides as well, because that's exactly what your omelet is going to do. It's going to crawl up the pan as it's cooking. As I did with our egg white omelet, I already have our sauteed veggies for our filling. You want to have your filling ready to go first. simple. Now you could definitely let the cheese melt before you plate it, but it will not take long for it to melt. So now you have it. Omelets your way. Egg white or traditional. It's up to you. Thanks for joining me here in my kitchen on Love in the Pot.